Oh, snap. I'm over here disrespecting the ATFers, talking without a microphone. I apologize. I apologize. Running away with me. ATFers, I don't know what you're doing right now, but I respect it. I respect the hustle. I respect the activity. I respect you not being dormant. I respect you moving, doing what you need to do, fulfilling your obligations, tending to your responsibilities. I know you're busy people. That's why you're doing this after the fact. That's why you're doing this after the fact. Oh, snap. I forgot about something. Oh, snap. Uh, um, uh, yeah. I apologize, ATFers. I forgot to do something. Uh, I apologize, ATFers. I am so disorganized. Um, what was I gonna do? What was I gonna do? Oh, okay. Just making sure. I'm off my game this week, man. I'm embarrassed. I'm not feeling S tier this week. Um, um, uh, okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's wrong with me? Um, jeez. Look to your soul. Look to your soul. And open your mind. Oh, that's weird. That's some hippy dippy stuff right there. Um, just open up your mind to the vibrations, brother. Um, Crystal blue persuasion. It's a new vibration. Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm a little confused, man. I'm a little confused. Jeez, I don't know what to do right now. I apologize, ATFers. I'm embarrassed right now. I'm not impressed with my performance. I am not impressed with my performance. I don't even understand how Kaimon is here before. I don't even know if I'm here yet. I'm trying to figure this out and get this all coordinated. Somehow Kaimon's here. I was like, it's like when you're outside the door and you're fumbling with your keys and you're trying to get in. You know, you just come in from Target and you got like bags in your hand. You got your phone, you got your cup, your drink, you got your keys, and then like you drop your keys and you're trying to get, and then like someone opens the door for you and you're like, oh, that was a pleasant surprise. And someone opens the door for you and says, come in. I appreciate you, Kaimon. Thank you. And you know, me and Kaimon, we just went through a rough patch right now. We just went through the storm right now. And I think we came out on the other end better for it. You know, last night I was doing some things around the house and I happened to stumble across the yogurt covered freeze dried blueberries, and you know, I experienced my trauma again. And I was like, you know what? I think we're better for it. I think Kaimon was doing, and I don't know if he did it intentionally. I don't know if he did it subconsciously, like it was just a thing on another level. In order to like create a deeper brotherhood type of connection. But what Kaimon did, whether inadvertently or not, it's just like I talk about the eye pokes in the UFC. Let's not talk about legal, illegal, inadvertent, advertent. I never even thought about that. I always hear inadvertent. Is there a opposite of that? Is advertent a word? Like if it was on purpose, if you did a eye poke that was not inadvertent, does that mean it's advertent? Interesting. Just like when you say something was disappointing. What's the opposite of disappointing? Appointing? Man, bro, I'm glad you did that. That was very appointing. There's words like that I think we kind of lost throughout the ages, you know, because you have to understand if there's a diss, there has to be an anti-diss. So if you want to, if you tell your kid, you know, I'm very disappointed that you did that or whatever, the opposite would be like you're proud of them. Like, man, I'm very appointed. I'm very appointed in you. I feel like that's a word that we lost with time. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I feel like whether inadvertent or advertent, Kaimon created a situation in which we could trauma bond. Me and Kaimon trauma bonded through this experience of heavily differing taste buds. And we are now, the brotherhood is now much stronger than ever before through this trauma bonding. And I appreciate the fact that you did that, whether intentionally or not. Thank you, bro. What's up, James Bishop? I want to say thank you to James Bishop. And I don't know if he's here. I don't know if he's going to be here, Disco Golf Hutch. I woke up to some notifications from both James Bishop and Disco Golf Hutch, and these dudes, I wasn't even live, and they're just throwing donations. They're just trying to support and keep the channel going, and I appreciate it. Thank you for doing that. Dana White needs to go. Yeah, so look, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna talk about my topic straight off the bat. I'm just gonna flat out ignore you. I'm not even gonna say good morning, and I'm just gonna talk about the thing real quick, and then I'm gonna say hello to everybody. Dana White came out to the, I mean, you guys already know all this news. I'm not breaking this news for you. I just want to kind of talk about how it's very hypocritical. Dana White came out at the UFC 323 post-fight press conference, and he was talking about, I mean, he finally addressed it. And there was a dude earlier on in the press conference that said something about Tsarukyan and what's going on and why did you choose these two? And Dana said something very vague and dismissive. He's like, oh, well, I don't know. That's just the way it worked out in the war room. Next question. I mean, it was very much like, oh, because that's the way the cookie crumbled. Well, why would you even ask me this? That's the way the negotiations went. I mean, like, why? Pretty simple, right? Anyway, Nina Chama, are you here? Do you want to make a quick skit or something like that? And then I was just sitting there very, very like, it was very anticlimactic. You know, I was very unfulfilled because when I heard where the reporter was going with that question, I was like, oh, snap. I took out the pen and the pad and I was like, not only are we going to get some answers as fans or whatever. I dropped my pen. I was like, this is something that I need to take note of because this is something that people who make videos talk about and need to know about what's going on so that we could relay in our way. And I was like, oh man, I was fully prepared to hear whatever kind of shenanigans were going to come out of this dude's mouth. And then he just was like, nah, not talking about it. And it was a dud in the moment. I was like, oh, no, I thought we were going to get some goodies right here. And then they moved on with a couple other questions. And then somebody kind of reworded it. And I was hoping somebody, you know, as much as I don't see eye to eye with this dude, I was hoping somebody else would rise up like Ariel Halloweeny style and just be like, I ain't afraid. I'm going to get under this dude's skin. I'm going to ask again. I'm going to reword it. I'm going to try to confuse it. It's kind of like when I was talking about last time when you go to Costco and you just keep changing outfits because you're trying to get more of those free snacks. I just felt like you got to just kind of repackage, just reword this, come at him again. Maybe you'll confuse them. Maybe you'll get them to spill the goodies. So someone asked him, like, what's happening with Arman? He's like the odd man out. And it took Dana White like 10 seconds to process it. And he lets the question keep going. And he's like, he's not the odd man out. Look. And basically what he said was Arman messed up. And he needs to work his way back now. That he was given an opportunity and he blew it and so on and so forth and etc. And he's still sticking with that narrative that Arman didn't make weight and that he was basically unprofessional and unprepared. Now, let me say this. Arman's story is that he had an injury. Now, Dana's story is he didn't make weight. I've heard people make the comment, people who spend a lot of time looking at what he said the injury was and what those kind of injuries lead to and different things that surround those types of injuries typically. And what they said was that I think it was Ilya, actually, the main person that was creating this narrative. I'm pretty sure it was him that was trying to make the claim that oftentimes when you have issues cutting weight and you're having a bad weight cut and you do things the wrong way, that it's typical to end up with the kind of injury that Arman ended up with. I believe that narrative came out of Ilya. Now, I don't know if that's something that Ilya said. And you know, Dana always likes to play aloof. He always likes to act like he doesn't know anything. Every time you ask him about any topic, huh? What? Really? I didn't hear about that. He always plays dumb. Just like he did with that Aspinall comment. Like, what? Really? What'd I say? I didn't say that. Are you kidding me? I don't even remember what I said. And then he remembered what he said. It was like, actually, what I said was, he's always playing that game. So I don't know if Ilya said something that sounded good to Dana. And he's like, this fits with my narrative because I already don't like Arman. I'm going to run with this. There's a fighter saying this. He must have heard this from a nutritionist or a doctor, whatever. Sounds good. Because as aloof as Dana acts, he's still not a fighter. He's not training. He's not cutting weight. He doesn't know all the ins and outs and the stuff like that maybe a fighter would. So I don't know if this is something that he heard from Ilya and just regurgitated. I don't know if this is something that Dana started saying and Ilya's like, well, I want to be, in cahoots with Dana. I want to be on his good side. So I'm going to start repeating this. I don't know if it's something that they concocted together because Ilya is the new Conor McGregor. I don't know. But the story is, Arman's story is he had to pull out because he was injured. Dana White's story is that he pulled out because he didn't make weight. And then Ilya is saying, well, two things could be true at once. He didn't make weight, and then he ended up with his injury, and he was trying to use that as an excuse. Another thing that I thought of, that I considered, that I don't know if anybody has talked about, I feel like I'm always, am I crazy? I feel like I'm always bringing up things that I don't hear anybody else talk about. Anybody else. I think another possibility is he was injured, and this might make him look bad. And I don't mean to do this because I like Arman, but I think it's a possibility. Like, let's say, and I wasn't there, we're not in the rooms, we don't see the reports, we don't know what's really going on, we don't talk to the doctors, but let's say, even though that's not the route that I'd like to believe is the truth, let's say it was indeed fact that Arman was overweight, and Dana saw proof of that, and that doesn't look good for Arman, right? Something that I was thinking about was, what if he actually legitimately had a injury? He had the injury he was talking about, and then that injury prevented him from making weight. Or maybe he had made weight, and he's still moving, he's still training, he's still conditioning, doing whatever, and then he got injured. I don't know. Whatever the order was, I feel like it doesn't seem completely out of the realm of possibility that somebody that is training for the biggest fight of his life would get an injury, and that injury caused, just imagine you get like plantar fasciitis or something like that. You get, just this little, not even a big thing that's going to break you down or make you need surgery or just be this debilitating, life-changing thing, but it's just so painful. It's like you can't even run around like that. You can't even do stairs like that. So I'm thinking upon himself to not only hate this dude internally, he has now made it public that he's upset with him. He's disappointed with him. He thinks he needs to earn his way back. Now, whatever that means, that's like when YouTube comes down on me and says that I did something wrong. And I'm like, but what did I do wrong? Because I don't want to lose the channel. I need to make sure I don't do that again. And they're like, well, just look at our guidelines. You crossed them. And I'm like, okay, but which one? Well, just, somewhere, one of the important ones. Just make sure. They always do stuff like that. Community guidelines, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but which one? Because I'm actually trying to work with you guys and stay away from doing this again. Well, just do better. But how? I don't know, just read the guidelines. So Dana White says he needs to work his way back. Okay, so Dana was already upset with Arman before he fought Hooker, saying that, he was, vaguely saying, he didn't do what he was supposed to. He didn't show up. He didn't come through. We can't build events around these dudes if they're not going to be reliable and this and that. Well, he already came back and beat Dan Hooker in dominating fashion. Like, what does that entail then? You can't be that vague. And unfortunately, I guess he can be, because he's Dana White. Out here telling all these Dana White lies that I've been talking about for years now. But he's keeping it very vague. What does he have to do to earn his way back? Does he have to beat the winner? Does he have to do another title eliminator? Does he have to beat the winner of the bridesmaids battle? Does he have to beat the winner of Gaethje and Pimblett? Is that what he has to do? Or is Dana going to give the winner of... I wouldn't be surprised if by the time... What is it, January? UFC 324? I wouldn't be surprised. By the way, I cannot stop seeing footage of Ilia Tapuera in Spain. Ay, 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 ay. No, no. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, I've never seen a happier, depressed dude in my life. I have never seen a more joyful, emo dude in my life. Which is it? I feel, and I know I've been talking about it a lot, I feel like they're Mandela affecting all of us right now. They're telling us that Ilya is depressed. He's lonely. His lady left him. He's in shambles, but he's out there. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. They're telling us that Tomas Aspinall is blind and that he can't see. But he's sitting there watching Pantoja's arm break. Oh no, I can't see it again. I can't see the replay. Which is it? What is happening? It's like they're playing with us. They're giving us all these twists. And I feel like I'm watching a novela. I'm watching a soap opera. They're pushing the boundaries. I've been trying to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be a responsible dude. Sometimes I look for freelance work and this and that. The other day, I was on Indeed.com and I came across a page from TKO, from the UFC, that said that they are actively looking for writers. They're actively looking for writers for their entertainment department. It's a soap opera. They're looking for creative writers for their scripts. Derek Lewis tried to warn us months ago. They're looking for writers. It's disgusting. Did I apply? Yes, but it's disgusting. We are family. It is a show. It's entertainment. I would not be surprised if, all his heartbreak and all his confusion and his divorce and all this is over. I wouldn't be surprised if as soon as there's a winner between Gaethje and Pimblett, he's back. Ilya's back. He got it all figured out. Now, I brought up the possibility before, a week or two ago, that there is a possibility that this is all one big long play by Ilya and his lady, and they're laughing behind the scenes. All those videos that you're seeing of him partying it up in Spain, she's right there out of frame. They're still madly in love. And they're going to end up reconciling at the last second. It's all one big long play so that he could avoid having to fight Arman. Either that or she did leave home because she was embarrassed to be with the duck. Because he was already... I mean, this is what people don't understand. The people that keep coming to his defense. He was already ducking Arman before the problems with his lady. This was long before that. And she probably lost respect for him for it. At least Ilya is a man of his word. That's the best I could say about him. At least he's a man of his word. He said that he would leave. He'd rather vacate the title than fight Arman. And he stuck to his word. He stuck to his word. But what does he have to do? What does Arman have to do? He fought Dan Hooker. He beat him in dominating fashion. Now what? He has to fight the winner, the battle of the bridesmaids between Gaethje and Pimblett? No, I don't think so. I think as soon as there's a winner from Gaethje and Pimblett, they're going to fight Ilya. There's not going to be another title eliminator. They're going to fight Ilya. Because Dana is going to keep giving Ilya who's he going to give the dude everything that he wants? The dude that's from the market that he already wants to. You don't think that Dana already has enough of these dudes from that type of the world? Like he has a dime a dozen like Arman as far as he's confirmed. He thinks they're all the same. All the same. The Armenians, the Dagestanis, they're all... It's the same. I don't want to get into the ethnicities of it. The ethnological what's it called? Prejudices of it. But he already has his Latin Conor McGregor. He wants to build that Latin market. You already know this. Who do you think he's going to lean toward if he's trying to make somebody happy? The Latin Conor McGregor or Arman, a dude he's already upset with and publicly beefing with? There's no question. The winner of Pimblett and Gaethje is going to fight Ilya. And then not only that, because look, if Dana is saying that Arman has to work his way back and prove himself, okay, he beat Dan Hooker. If Pimblett and Gaethje fight and there's a winner from that, and then the winner fights Ilya, and now there's another winner from that, Arman could be at home that whole time doing nothing, right? So there still has to be something in order for him to work his way back. That means that means in addition to the ridiculousness of the hypothetical situation where Arman has to fight the winner of Pimblett and Gaethje, because what should happen is Pimblett and Gaethje are fighting this ridiculous matchup, and there's a winner from that. And then when Ilya comes back, Arman fights him. And then now one of those dudes, even though that doesn't make sense, because it's like, why do the interim for Pimblett and Gaethje? Well, we don't have to answer that question because that was a stupid thing that he did. That's already nonsensical. I guess what they could do is there's an interim title fight. It would make more sense, since we're already here, for Arman to fight the winner of that fight. Because now you have a dude fighting. They already fought for the interim, and now you have this other dude contending for the interim until Ilya comes back. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think Ilya's going to be back and fight whoever wins this most recent matchup. I don't think they're going to do right by Arman. It wouldn't make sense for them to have an interim title matchup and then Ilya comes back and then they give him to Arman and then they give the winner of that to the one who had the interim. It wouldn't make any sense because then they'd be bypassing the interim champ. But again, it doesn't have to make sense because they're already bypassing the number one contender. So it's a very, very high possibility that we're going to see at UFC 324 a winner from this interim title match face Ilya. Arman's still left out, and then Arman's going to have to, let me see. Arman's going to end up, let's see what we have here. They might have Arman Bro. Oh my gosh. I just realized something. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my gosh. If they're doing a ridiculous, nonsensical matchup between Dustin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett right now for the interim title, and then one of those dudes is going to end up fighting Ilya when he comes back, because it doesn't seem realistic. It does not seem realistic that they're going to have... I mean, is there anybody here that actually believes that they're going to give Arman the winner of Pimblett and Gaethje right away before Ilya comes back? I don't think anybody's that optimistic. It's going to be Paddy, Gaethje, and the winner fights Ilya. So it would be a while. It would be a while even before Arman would get to fight anybody in that category. Because that fight's not even happening until 324. And then they still have to have another camp to get ready to fight Ilya. And then it would be a whole other camp in months before Arman would get his turn. But you know what other fight's happening right now? Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira fighting for the BMF. I just realized I think it's a very high probability that the UFC is probably going to try to make Tsarukyan fight the winner of Holloway and Oliveira. And we can't get into, well, it doesn't, he just beat Oliveira. That I'm hoping that everybody realizes that doesn't matter, because clearly nothing else matters. Nothing else matters at all. This is not something that's going off of logic. We're not talking about logic anymore when we're coming to these matchups. And it doesn't help. It doesn't help that Arman beat Oliveira by split. Doesn't help Arman. And it doesn't help that, it's too recent of a matchup or whatever. Look at Volkanovski and Lopez. It doesn't matter. That's not how the UFC operates. I was just, when I saw what Dana White said, when I saw his response, I thought, am I remembering something incorrectly? Because I feel like I remember him making comments about boxing. So I started searching, And I did run into it again. I found it. Dana White has on multiple occasions on video stated that MMA is so much better than boxing, because in boxing, you never, ever get the best fighting the best. There are too many politics. There are too many games. He has said that over and over again on video. You never get the best fights. MMA, you get the best fights. Well, that's not true anymore. That's not true anymore. MMA used to have things, very clear and obvious things that made them better than boxing and set them apart. And I feel like it's starting to lose that. Starting to lose those differentiators, especially as it goes into the Paramount era, where now they're hiring creative writers, which again, but we're not getting the best fighting the best. We're getting clicks. We're getting favoritism. We're getting games. We're getting, I'm giving you the silent treatment and, getting you back now because I believe, as far as I'm confirmed, that you just straight up miss weight. Dana White has said boxing is not as good as MMA because the best don't fight the best. And now Dana White is ensuring that the best don't fight the best because he's upset with someone, because someone hurt his feelings. And now we're going into a Paramount era where it's going to be an influx of more casuals than ever before. And Dana White is going to cater to the Rock'em Sock'em audience. The masses are not going to want to see people rolling on the ground, grappling, gaining control time. They're not going to want that. And I don't know if Dana was in Merab's ear. I don't know if somebody in the UFC was in Merab's ear. I don't know if he just took it upon himself to come to the conclusion or what, because even Merab messed up. And he left the game plan. And yeah, his game plan wasn't working that great either. He wasn't able to take him down. But he stated, and you could see also he was getting sucked into Jan's fight. And he was trying to hold his own as a striker. He was trying to go toe-to-toe. And he even said, I was trying to make it exciting for the fans. Well, trying to make it exciting for the fans doesn't ensure that you get to go home with your bout. And I know that's a fine line, because I talk papas about Adesanya. When he's like, do you think I'm stupid, dummy? You think I'm going to risk my belt? Yeah, well, people got mad at him for playing it safe because he wanted to hold the title. So, I can't go too hard saying, Merab, you're dumb. You shouldn't have been safe with the title. You should risk it, because then look what happens. And I'm a Merab fan, and I don't want to see him lose. Even though I called it and I told people that Jan would win. Don't forget that. But Dana White is he's throwing a tantrum. And he's trying to make sure that Arman isn't able to work his way back. I think it's very possible that Arman is going to get stuck with facing the winner from Holiday and Oliveira. And not only is that messed up timeline-wise and just pushing things further and further back, I think Dana White's trying to make sure that Arman never exposes Ilya. I mean, Conor got exposed by a grappler. He's trying to protect his investment. Because if the winner at UFC 324 of Gaethje and Pimblett faces Ilya, because of course he's going to magically be ready to come back whenever that winner's there. There's already a fight camp going on right now for Pimblett and Gaethje. There's going to have to be another weeks and weeks fight camp between the winner of that and Ilya. There's going to have to be another weeks. I think Dana White's banking on the fact that Ilya is going to insist and push, and he's going to move up and want to try to fight Makhachev. And Ilya's not going to get to fight him. Ilya's going to flee the division again. Dana White wants to protect him. And in that process, Arman's going to have to fight the winner of Holiday and Oliveira, which he'll win. And he's going to get the BMF title. And that is going to be a blow to Arman's legacy, to his reputation. Because the BMF title may be more embarrassing than the interim title. It's not the best look. There's kind of a hierarchy in fake bouts. in the UFC. There is, and the one at the top is the worst. So I'm starting from least embarrassing to most embarrassing. This is at least off the beanie right now. I might change it later when I could think about it more. But this is the first time I've ever thought this through out loud. The hierarchy from least pathetic to the most pathetic is you have the interim title. You have the interim title where you're fighting for about to be the kind of the in-between champion. You're kind of like the rebound, like the rebound.
Thanks for the sub.
Like before you actually get with the person that you want to spend your life with. You're kind of like the temporary side piece or whatever. This is just kind of like a, I like spending time with you kind of a situation. This is like, you're not a real champion, but we're going to play make-believe for a little bit. And then above that, above interim champion is the person that was the champion, like Amanda Nunes, the person that was the champion, and then they didn't lose it. They vacated, they left, they retired, and then they come back, and they have the nerve to come to a press conference with these bouts, even though they're not even their bouts anymore. Or like they're theirs as much as it's about if they go buy one at Target or whatever, but they're no longer active champions. So they're walking around with these championship bouts as if they mean something right now. Today, that's the next level. The more pathetic after that is the BMF bout. The BMF bout where you're saying, I'm basically never going to be at that point ever again or ever, period, where I get to hold the actual championship bout that actually means what you think it means when you talk about a championship bout. This one had to be created in a laboratory. This one had to be made up so that people would continue to buy pay-per-views, so that people would be deceived by the championship aura. So it's just like giving fake trophies. It creates this illusion that the people buy into. It is a championship fight, no matter what. I mean, we could create another one called what is it? The DMA, the Daddest Man Alive, or what is it called? We could create another, and that's a championship. It is a championship. It might be stupid and pathetic, whatever, but it's a championship. It gets people to watch. It gets people to talk. People just want to win something, and people want to see somebody win something. That's the so there's interim. There's the one where you vacated and came back, and you're acting like you're still the champion. There's the BMF, and then there's only one that's more pathetic than that, and it's like the kind of championship that Tomas Aspinall holds, that Joshua Van holds. It's the championship where you get to hold the title, but everybody that knows anything about anything knows that you didn't rightfully earn it, and it was kind of just handed to you because of some kind of weird shenanigans, and you have the nerve to celebrate it and act big about it and talk about it and post about it as if you have you were born without a sense of shame, essentially. That's the only one that's more pathetic than the BMF. And that only comes along through very special circumstances. At least that one you don't intentionally train for and plan for and hope to win. That one just kind of happens accidentally. But that one is the most embarrassing currently. But they're trying to ruin Arman's reputation by coordinating things so that he ends up with a BMF title. Now, Arman strikes me as the kind of dude that would not take that kindly and that would reject it and say, don't even hand me that belt. I won this fight. I shows you I'm better than these dudes. I continue to climb, but I don't even give me that belt. He strikes me as the kind of dude that would do that. Or he would take it home and treat it like a plate. He'd put some camel meat in it and eat off the belt or something like that. I can't see him taking that belt seriously. But anyway, I just wanted to start. I wanted to front load the topic today, and then we go back and forth in the chat, because most of the time I go back and forth and I save the topic to like the very, very, very end of the chat, and then people that watch after the fact are like, "What the heck? Where's the topic at?" So actually, for the most part, people don't do that. I mean no disrespect. I feel kind of gross that I said that. I'm not talking about the after the factors. I'm basically talking about like one or two people that I've seen comments from over the many months of me doing this. that are like, hey, bro, when did you talk about the thing? And that's few and far between. But of course, those are the ones you remember. So that was no disrespect to the ATFers. The true ATFers never say anything like that. They're always very celebratory. But that's it. Dana White has come clean. He's not hiding it anymore. He has reiterated and regurgitated that he does not like Arman. He's not taking the fact that he was injured. He's sticking with the narrative that he just didn't make weight. He thinks he's unprofessional for that, and he thinks he doesn't deserve it, and he thinks he needs to earn his way back now. I don't know what more he needs to do besides beat Dan Hooker in the way that he did. Again, Dana White left that part that he needs to earn his way back now. He left that part completely vague so that he could make that mean whatever he wants to whenever he decides what that is. But in the meantime, Gaethje and Pimlet are going to fight for the title, and miraculously, Ilya's going to be back and ready to fight whenever there's a winner from that, of course. Then there's going to be all the time preparing for that fight. And then by the time he wins that, and Ilya, I mean, mark these words. Ilya is so out of touch. He's either super delusional or he thinks he's fooling people and he thinks we're stupid. That whether it's Gaethje or Pimlet, he's going to act. He's going to pretend that whichever dude it is, it's such a big name and such a big victory and defeat. And you know how they always hype him up after the fight. He's such a warrior. He's the strongest dude I ever fought. And nobody punches like this. They always do that after the fact to make him look big. Just like Ian Gary did with Bilal. They'll talk trash before the fact. How pathetic they are and this and that. But then after, they're like, oh, what a beast. There's a reason that, I couldn't finish him or whatever. So Ilya is going to pretend that whether it's Gaethje or Pimlet, that it was such a legendary, unbelievable win, such a beautiful cap and end to his lightweight reign and for his resume, that he's going to act like it makes sense for him to move on to welterweight and fight Makhachev. He's going to pretend that that's the case. And it might be, because they might be so evenly matched. Gaethje and Ilya and Gaethje and Ilya and Pimlet may be so evenly matched when it comes to fight night. And I know that's going to be hard for a lot of people to take because, Ilya does have some clean hands and Gaethje is a walking haymaker and Pimlet fights like he has a blindfold on. So if it turns out to be a battle, you know how that goes. It's easy to act like it was so high level when it was a battle, which actually may be exactly quite the opposite. Because, if you are high level, you'll piece up a dude instead of being in a battle. That just means that you were too evenly matched. Anyway. Meanwhile, Arman's going to be stuck with the BMF bout and take a hit to his reputation. And this is just bad all over. This is just bad all over in every single way. I'll read your feelings on the topic. We'll go back and forth, but it's been quite a while since I've scrolled down at all. And I want to say hello to some of the people in this chat. MD Fazlarabi Chaudhary. MD Fazlarabi Chaudhary. Please forgive me if I mispronounced that. Been a subscriber since 2018. Thank you, bro. We've gone through some changes. We've gone through some major changes. I appreciate that. Agent Smith, I try. I think I do pretty well, actually. I think I do. I know that typically has a negative connotation, but I think they're pretty good. I'm proud of them. ARJR sent 5 Mexican martial arts memberships, I believe like 2 hours ago. I've been talking for quite a while now. This may be the longest I've ever actually talked about my topic. Interesting. Thank you, ARJR. What ARJR is doing here is he's bringing people into this community to make sure that all of these daily, weekday MMA uploads that are going onto the membership tab are not in vain. He wants to make sure that all of these videos that I'm uploading consistently are being viewed by you guys. This is not for no reason at all. This is not just to have a green, bold, highlighted name. This is so you could have unprecedented access to all of this content. So thank you for doing it, ARJR. Somebody just left me a very nice comment. Every blanking second I was struggling to breathe in this video. Jeez, I love you, brother. Laughing my fat abs off. This dude was commenting on my Tomas Aspinall video that I did like 2-3 weeks ago. No, it was longer than that ago now. It was like 5 weeks ago. You know that Tomas Aspinall video that I did? The deep dive into the eye poke and all the drama and nobody watched it? Yeah. See his comment? It was a good video. You should go check it out. Oh man, I hope this doesn't skip on me because I'm going to miss so much if it skips on me. I'm trying to go in order to ARJR, no lurkers, hit the like. Yes, if you would be so kind. I say it all the time. It's not a vanity thing. I don't personally care. But the way that I do care is because YouTube is into the vanity. And if you don't like the video, then YouTube's like, well, then they didn't like the video. They don't want to see them anymore. And then it's not going to recommend my videos to you. It's not going to recommend them to other people. We just got to play the game. I would appreciate if you would hit the like. Mar Loca drops 5 Mexican martial arts memberships. She says, oh yeah, ARJR? How about this? And throws the volley back. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not trying to make this contentious. What am I doing? I'm trying to start beef. I don't know why I'm doing this. Thank you. Thank you, Marloca. Doing the same thing here. Bringing people into this knowledge. Thank you, ARJR. You keep the memberships coming. I keep the content coming. I am flooding the membership tab and the Patreon with weekday content. Constantly. Loca. Matador is saying Arman doesn't accept to take the dive for Ilya. Matador is saying maybe some of these other people are willing to take that dive to keep that narrative going. You don't think Gaethje would be willing to take the dive? Are you kidding me? That dude has had 14 consecutive fight of the night performance bonuses. Every 14 of his UFC matches, he's had a fight of the night bonus. He's already saying he was going to retire. He was already saying, if you don't give me this, I'm going to retire. He's ready to retire already anyway. And then he said in the press conference, I'm okay with the interim. It's the same thing as a real title. I'm okay. It's the same money. Oh, so he doesn't care. He doesn't care about the legacy of it. He doesn't care about having a real bout. And again, I can't go too hard on him because this is their job. Why do you get a job? You're making money. You're providing. You're supporting. Paying bills. From that angle, I get it. But just to show you his state of mind, his mentality, he's saying, it's the same thing. I don't care. And that's to differentiate from a dude that says, I want to be the champion. I want to be the real champ. I want to be the undisputed champ. I don't even care about money. This is about me being the best. Gaethje's saying, same thing. Show me the money. That's where he's coming from. So Gaethje would be more than ready and willing to take money because he just said it. I don't even care about the title. I don't even care about the real stuff, about the legacy. I just want that money. And did you guys notice? Go back and look at it if you didn't. Paddy Pimblett had the weirdest, Paddy Pimblett's body language, his posture, his face, everything about him during that press conference. I don't remember what it was called. It was the one that had Max Holloway and Oliveira and Nunes, all them. Derek Lewis. Paddy Pimblett looked like that one interview of the dudes that supposedly went to the moon. And they looked all like if they said the wrong thing, they were going to get killed by the government. He had the weirdest, most like uncomfortable, nervous. I've never seen him like that. He's always like feeling himself. He's always so cocky, comfortable in his own skin, snacking on some Cheeto Puffs. He's always so relaxed and just like, whatever, I'm having a good time. He seemed like he left his phone in the back and his lady was going through his texts as he was up there. He knew there was nothing he could do about it. It was weird. So I was like, is he like taking the money? Is that what this is? Like what Matador is saying? Are they taking a dive for the money? And he's like second guessing it. He's feeling bad. He's thinking about his his reputation. He's like that dude in Pulp Fiction. And he struck that one boxer that's going to take the money for the dive. And he's like, man, am I really going to do this? Thank you, Marroca. Thank you again. I mean, gifting on the job. Gifting on the job is next level. You're over there. You're clocked in. You're doing your thing. And you're just pulling out the phone on the side quest real quick, just donating to the community. That is next level. ARJR, what's the count? Can we hit 1,500 before the end of the stream? Let's go. Remember, anything other than ending in 0 is unacceptable. Let's go. ARJR, I do have a bit of news. You guys already know how the memberships work. They last a month. If they're not re-upped, that's just how it goes. They last a month. And I did check a little while ago today, and it was down. It was down from the other day. Not too bad. But when I read the number to you right now, it may already be lower than the last number that you heard. I did hear some memberships coming in right now. I don't know exactly how many came in, so it might be close to it again, but it definitely went down. Okay, it came up again. We are currently at 1,131 members. That is amazing. Amazing. Give yourself a round of applause. If you're actually at home doing this right now, it's kind of weird, but I love it. To actually give yourself a round of applause as I prompted you to is pretty funny. Earlier when I checked, it was below 1,100, and we're already back at 1,131. So that's amazing. That's amazing. I did not think that many memberships came in just since we've been streaming right now. Thomas the Doubter. See, Thomas, you don't got to doubt, bro. You don't got to doubt. T. Nelly. Okay, hold on. I'm scrolling real slow because I don't want it to glitch on me. I'm scrolling real slow. Hey, Nico, thank you for being here so early. Thank you. I had to wake up. Man, long story short, my day, I'm in a funk, man. Right before I went live right now, I was feeling bad because I don't want to give you guys I don't want to give you bunk streams, you know? But I'm not feeling too much better today than I was yesterday. You know how sometimes people experience these seasonal things and they just start feeling funky certain days? I don't know if it's like the weather. I don't know what it is, but I've been in a funk lately. And Marilena just woke me up just cold this morning because I told you guys, I had such a bad day yesterday. I was like, there's no way I'm doing that again today. I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to do that. I had everything planned, scheduled, how I was going to do it. I was going to be ready. I was going to be better than the day before. So I was prepared to wake up with my alarm and be like, all right, let's do it. And then Marilena just, boom, just wakes me up out of nowhere way earlier than I was supposed to wake up. And she's like, I need you to take the kids. And I was like, what happened? And I guess she got sick or something, or she didn't feel good. And so it's weird for me. Like, I don't know if anybody could relate to this. I remember I heard someone talk about this one time on a podcast, and it made so much sense to me. How they talk about, like, you need to start your day very intentional when you want to get up with your plan and do these certain things, because then when you kind of just wake up by accident, or you kind of wake up with your alarm set to, I better get up right now and I better do this within all this amount of time or I'm going to be late. Your morning ends up so hectic that it kind of just has this domino effect. It's like, if you need to be somewhere at 8, you know what? Don't wake up at 7. Wake up at like 5:45. And I don't even mean to be crazy. Let's say you don't need to be somewhere till 11, you know? Don't wake up at 10. Wake up at 8:15. Wake up so you could be like, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to go do this first. I'm going to read some of this book first. I'm going to work out a little bit. I'm going to participate in this hobby. I'm going to make a good breakfast, whatever it is, so you could kind of be at your own pace and kind of control the day, you know, own the day. And for me, and maybe it's like a week thing, I don't know. And by week, I mean WEAK. Like, honestly, it feels kind of weak. I'm not proud of it. But the truth is, if I get just woken up like this morning, it's like it has a domino effect on my whole day. Like, I almost feel like I feel groggy the whole rest of the day. It's almost like I need to go back to sleep so that I can control it's a stupid mental thing. It's like if I would have just woke up when I was supposed to, I would have felt fine. But because I got just so disruptingly woken up when I wasn't expected to, I just felt like all off and tired and groggy after that. Like I was just like being tossed around, like out of my schedule. And yeah, I was up earlier than I expected to be, and I just had a hard time getting back on track. So when I came back, I was like, you know what? Let me just sit down and relax for a while and kind of gather my marbles, you know? And then I fell asleep again, just like yesterday. And I've just been groggy for a few days. I'm just trying to feel normal again. All of that just because you said it's 6 a.m. in Malaysia. I'm sorry, bro. ARJR with another 5 memberships. This is how we got past 1131 again, man. I mean, past 1100. This is insane, man. Thank you, ARJR. Thank you. And then we got James Bishop. James Bishop with a membership. I see James Bishop with another gifted membership here. I do, Lord Racer. I do appreciate his support. Nate Diaz needs a percentage of revenue for all the BMF things. For reals, he needs those residuals. That's actually hilarious. I want to shout out James Bishop and Disco Golf Hutch. They were throwing down donations while I was still snoring. I woke up to see donations from them supporting, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. It's different like that. When we're not even live, you're not even trying to get the hype of it and all that. That's amazing. Thank you, Mar Loca. Thank you. Can staff get in trouble? Can staff get in trouble for having it at school? I don't even know how this works, but you're figuring it out. Thank you, Mar Loca. And then James Bishop with another one. James Bishop can't stop, won't stop. And then here's ARJR with 5 more. And I don't even know how far back I am. I'm afraid to stop scrolling. Thank you, ARJR. Another 5 from ARJR. So many people are being birthed. So many people are being birthed into this community today. There are more people today than ever before. I believe we have officially surpassed where we were in August. We set some records in August. I believe we have officially surpassed where we were in August as far as membership numbers. I think we've passed it now. Hold up. This is not. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of trouble because I'm still catching up in the chat with memberships that are already in here. So we're at 1136 right now. We've already passed it. And what's important for you guys to know right now, thank you, ARJR. What's important for you guys to know right now is that more people than ever are having this unprecedented access to the membership tab content. And I have never consistently uploaded every single day. I have said that I wanted to, and I failed. I'm actually going to have to double up on Friday, I believe. I'm going to have to pre-record because I actually have to go somewhere. Jesse Jr.'s sports are, driving me crazy, bro. I'm actually going to be somewhere all weekend. So actually, I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know what the experience is going to be like, but there's a possibility that Friday and Saturday, I do a stream, a remote stream. So I don't know where I'm going to be at. I don't know if I'm going to be at a hotel. I don't know where I'm going to be, but I'm going to try to do a stream Friday and Saturday from somewhere else, from my phone. So I don't know what that's going to be like. We'll see. But Jane Caulfield, I'm listening in, but I got a crazy 3-year-old to sit on. What the heck? And it's difficult when you are a childless adult. Oh, snap. You're sitting on that dude? I'm listening in, but I got a crazy 3-year-old to sit on. Just give him a darce real quick. That'll put him to sleep. Unless he's comfortable. If it's like a pudgy little kid and it just feels like a nice beanbag or something like that. I mean, you know, when you got lemons, you know what I'm saying? When you got lemons, make a beanbag chair. Hey, I mean, Verhoofty Floofin says, don't actually sit on the kid, Jane. I mean, I've definitely been around kids that could definitely use some sitting on. I'm not anti sitting on a kid if that's what the situation calls for. I'm not against that. Hey, that reminds me of the Jamal Hill thing. People were coming at Jamal Hill because he's just already by default somebody that people are very. Hold on, I'm trying to read something as I'm talking. There are some people that are already so anti Jamal Hill that the moment he says, you know, or is involved with anything, they're already against whatever his side is, which I understand. I was fully prepared to be like against him, but I mean, I believe enough information has come out now. I mean, everybody knows of Joanna Young J Chick's reputation. She has always been an annoying big mouth bully. I've never liked her. She always just seemed like the worst person. Especially that contrast of her and Rosna Mahunas, just the sweetness, the tenderness, the pureness of Rosna Mahunas. I mean, it just displayed everything you need to see about Joanna Young J Chick. And then just the way that the awful way Joanna was being toward Weili Zhang, it was ugly. It was ugly. She's not a good person. Then she comes out with that pathetic ChatGPT type of response in reaction to the whole thing. And then when Jamal Hill, you know, I didn't like it. I watched Jamal Hill's video this morning. I'm like, bro, what are you trying to do? You trying to make me like you or what? I ain't trying to be a fan. But I mean, it was I got it. And you know what? Not everybody would agree with me. But I feel like if you have a lady, right? You got a significant other, you got a girlfriend, you got a wife. I don't care if it's a dog trying to attack her. I don't care if it's a dude. I don't care if it's a lady. I don't care if it's Santa Claus. I don't care if it's a mannequin. I don't care if it's an AR robot. You're going to catch the hands, all right? You're going to get some elbow sopa. And, you know, maybe some people might not like hearing that, but what are you going to do? Are you going to stand by and watch and say, oh, no, please don't do that? And I refuse to intervene because I don't want anybody to think less of me. I don't want anybody to write about my actions on Twitter. Oh, no, she's on the brink of death. But at least people won't think less of me. Chale, you're going to catch the elbow sopa. And you're going to get a few bowls. You're going to get multiple servings. So as much as I've never been a fan of Jamal Hill, I truly didn't understand. I didn't understand. And for anybody that doesn't know the story, apparently, supposedly, allegedly, Joanna Young J Chick was threatening to attack Jamal Hill's lady and saying, you know, whatever she was saying, she better watch out. I'm going to come after her. I'm going to get her. And Jamal Hill said, if you touch her, I'm going to knock you out. And some people didn't like that. And I'm like, wow, I hope you don't have a lady then. I hope she sees your comment and she does you like that Miami Heat to Ilya. Like, if you're not even willing to defend your lady because it just happens to be the wrong kind of thing that you're not willing to defend against, bro, you're living too much in 2025. You're living too much within society's current boundaries that you're not living in love, in love with your lady or whatever. Like that's shameful as far as I'm concerned. That's shameful. You could catch all the elbows and a couple knees, bro. Or broette. What's up, Drew says, well, I don't know how to pronounce that. I was going to go, whoo. I thought it was like a Ric Flair thing, but there's an I in there. Or is that an owl? That's a capital owl or a lowercase, capital I or a lowercase owl. So it's either woo, or he's doing like a kung pao, or it's woo, low. Either way, I appreciate you. What's up, Drew? Been a member for 4 months. And hey, this is different. What's up, Drew has been a member for 4 months in the $24.99 squad. Do you understand what kind of access What's Up Drew has being in the $25 squad? Do you know what kind of stuff he gets to see at that tier? You know what it is? The same stuff as the people paying $1.99. You know why? Because that's the way this community is run. Everybody is treated equally. Same way Joanna would have been treated equally with that elbow sopa, by the way. Everybody's treated equally. Because it's not a greedy community here. This is just people going above and beyond to just throw more. Make sure that this community keeps going and thriving. Thank you, What's Up, Drew. I clapped on my dog. Hey, Disco Golf Hutch, I don't know if you were here earlier when I thanked you. Thank you for giving that off-air donation. I really appreciate it. I always say it's just such a gesture when we're not even live. And someone just takes it upon themselves to go out of their way and do that. Thank you, bro. I don't know, El Tronado. I'm not a person that gets, and I understand it, and I really, really feel for people that have issues with the holidays because of maybe sad circumstances that have happened in their life. That's not the case for me. I haven't even thought about the holidays or whatever. That it hasn't even been. I mean, I've thought about them as far as, there's stuff that I want to make sure I get for the kids and whatever. But definitely not like, I'm sad about this, or I'm not looking forward to that, or I'm dreading this. Not at all. So I don't get it. I have heard that some people, whether it's depression or whatever, that there's like a seasonal aspect to it, and sometimes the weather and this, that, which to me, I'm gonna be honest, it sounds weird. It's like, how the heck is the weather gonna or whatever? But I experience it, so I don't know. I don't know if it's a chemical thing or what. I don't understand it. James Bishop responds to all this activity that has gone on before him with 5 memberships all at once. Thank you, James Bishop. Thank you for continuing to multiply and replenish this community. Oh, snap. It skipped on me. Oh, snap. Oh. Okay, I found my place. Ooh. I got all my homies with me. We are family. Heck yeah, Javi. It really helps when I got to make that more of an intentional thing. What I really need to change is what time I go to sleep, though. Probably period Y. Wake up. Yeah, for real. It's easy to just wander aimlessly if you don't got something. Oh. When's the 24-hour stream? It's got to be something, bro. That would be crazy. It's got to be something significant. It's got to be something significant. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? 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 Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, hold up. I'm glitching real quick. Wow. What do I do in this situation? How do I respond to this? Okay. Thank you, ARJR. ARJR is having issues. With ARJR again, he's having issues. With ARJR again. And James Bishop responds, they're giving individuals. They are trying to land on, I think, on not only an even number, I think they're trying to land on a 0, which has us in a very interesting and fortuitous dilemma, if you ask me. Oh yeah, that is all that happened, Chrissy. It's ridiculous, and it blows my beanie that some people would come at him for that. That is crazy to me. Oh, and by the way, Jamal Hill's lady wasn't even there. She wasn't there. So it wasn't even ever a threat where he was actually in the moment there on site, on location, gonna throw hands with Joanna. It wasn't like, oh, if you touch her, I'm gonna get you. You better not even look at her. If you cross this line, I'm gonna get you. She wasn't even there. So it was never, ever in danger of being anything more than words there on location, because she wasn't even there. That's how little of a threat it was. He was just telling her, like any man should tell anybody, if you touch her, I will knock you out. And she wasn't even there. It wasn't like if she goes, boop, that he would have done it. It's not like he was asking for it. She wasn't there. That's how ridiculous it was that people were coming at him for this. Oh yeah, there you go, Lord Racer. He knew the same thing. Mar Loca just dropped 5 down. Mar Loca is trying to drive ARJR crazy. I believe she just dropped it on an odd number. Leon Enriquez. Oh my gosh. Leon Enriquez. Hey, you're in a different time zone, huh? I was going to say, are you still out at school? Are you still on the clock too? Isn't this like finals week? He literally has students like, shh, I'm trying to watch the stream right now. Shh. I apologize. I'm trying to catch up here, but I have a good problem here. People are so generous. I'm having a hard time even keeping up. We are at 11:50. I don't know if you guys all conspired together, but you guys literally went back and forth like a frenzy, and somehow it ended up on a 0. You guys are at 11:50. Insane. Insane. Joanna was trying on Jamal. Okay, so apparently, I don't know if you guys saw I'll just condense it for you. Apparently, Jamal Hill tried to have an encounter with Joanna. I think a couple years ago at an event in New York is what he said. And I thought, oh, he must not have been with his lady at that time. I guess he was. Because people were responding with, wow, he's just coming out with it so matter of fact. And the way he said it, hey, I was trying to shoot my shot. You know, mission failed. She said no. What? They were like, okay, now I know he's for real because the way he's saying it and the way he just came out and he was with his lady and it's a bad look because he was with his lady. But at least, you know, so I guess he was with his lady and he tried getting at Joanna. And at the time, she's like, nah. And then I guess a couple years later, they ended up being at this event. And Hill was there with his lady, and Joanna was there with Joanna's manager. And the manager just kept dropping hints, like trying to make Hill look bad. Oh, yeah, how about New York, huh? Like being all winky and stuff like that. And then Jamal was like, I wasn't even tripping because I already told my lady. We got past it. I talked with her about it, whatever. And then finally his lady was like, hey, you know I know about this, right? Like we could just stop with this. And then Joanna didn't like that and got all offended. You think I'm like this? And that's not how I do things. And I have respect for myself. And then I guess ever since then, maybe she's been harboring some resentment or whatever. Because now she saw Hill and now she's like, oh, where's your lady at? And just trying to start beef. So someone in the comments said something like, oh, Joanna thought she was going to play that long game and play hard to get with Jamal Hill. And then he's like, whatever, I don't care. And then he just moved on. And then now she's upset because he moved on. I don't know. Break time, vacaciones. Oh, you're like on break. Oh, snap. You're living a high life right now. Cody Chapman has been a member for 4 months. And now he's passed that on to Fustia and gifted a blessure. Thank you, Cody Chapman. Thank you for allowing other people to experience this community as you have. Thank you. And Pimware Tooney has been a member for 6 months. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Pimware. Nobody wears it like you, bro. I agree with Jamal Hill. Yeah, first time I've ever agreed with Jamal Hill. First time ever. When you're right, you're right. Richard, I'd have to set up the pad like Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore has it cool. He has like all those cameras. So like no matter where he walks in his apartment, it'll like pick him up. He has like an AI camera set up. It's pretty cool. Yeah, not bad disco golf. What would it take for what? The 24-hour stream? The 24-hour stream would have to be like I can't even think like at this point in what I'm like at this point in my path, it's like what would even like subscribers mean nothing anymore. It's all about how many views you're getting. And we're not getting a ton of views with streams because streams just don't kill like that. 24 hours would have to be something crazy. 24-hour hot tub stream, start meeting in 20 minutes. It's just me and Marab. It's me and Marab in the hot tub for 24 hours. I don't know, man. It would have to be something crazy. Like, it would have to be something that's not even in the realm of possibility right now, which, you know, isn't going to be fun for me to say to you guys because it's going to be like, oh, well, that's not even realistic. It'd have to be like, I made my movie. It's coming out in, you know, whatever, 24-hour stream, or like, I got 1 million subscribers. And when you get like 1 million subscribers, then typically, even if you get a low percentage of views, because you have 1 million subscribers, it's still a good amount. But I don't know. I don't know what would make sense. 24 hours is not. I've done all-nighters before when I'm editing and stuff. But to stream for 24 hours? That is like playing with your health right there. Wait, 24 people? What's that? 7 hours is basically 24 people. What does that mean? That only 24 people would hang out? Probably. Wait, 7 hours. Wait, why are we talking about 7 hours? 7 hours, basically 24 people. 7 hours. Is this a riddle? 7 hours is basically... My brain's too tired for this today. Imagine if I did a 24-hour stream, how off my brain would be. Is basically 24 people. I wouldn't kick Joanna out the jacuzzi, but it doesn't mean I won't kick her in when she's... 24-hour stream when you get hired as a TKO writer. That's a good one right there, actually. That should be some good money right there. 24 hours in the hot tub, but you have to wear the gi. I probably would because I'm a never nude. Let's go for 8-hour stream for the White House card. That's actually ridiculously more than doable because we did a 7+ hour stream on Saturday. I did over 7 hours. Dang. Dang. Dang it. Ghost Sosa Music. You actually posted a name, I believe, last time, and I thought it was like your Discord name or whatever. And honestly, I don't know if you heard me saying it on the stream. I was saying something like, you know who you are. I'm going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work. I tried to, and it didn't work. So I don't know if it was the wrong name or if you have to do it like formatted a certain way or what. I was just like, you know what? This dude isn't a member, but he's been here. He's been super supportive, consistent. I was in a good mood. I was like, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Machu Adventures, thank you, bro. Do you mean from the beginning, like the beginning of today's stream? Or like the beginning? Like 2016 beginning? What you talking about? The Discord link is on the membership tab, Pimware. That's how I always find it, honestly. You just go to the membership tab. I think for you it'll say perks, since you're already a member. And just scroll a little bit. It'll say something like Discord link, and it'll have like a colon with the link posted there, something like that. Did you eat during the stream at all? Yes, I did, and I regretted it. I had a pizza and some potato wedges, and I regretted it heavily. I do not like eating on stream. I feel gross. I feel unprofessional. I feel like I'm chewing in the mic. I did not like it. It felt very uncomfortable. Anything other than ending in 0 is uncivilized. What's up, Angel? What's up, Angel, man? Would you rather have ringworm for a year or herpes for a month? Probably herpes. I think I already have herpes. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid to talk about it anymore. You know when you get like those fever blisters? That's basically herpes, right? It's from the herpes virus. You know when sometimes when I get super duper stressed out. Remember like when I made that pilot, the MMA pilot where I stabbed Flaco? And he was making fun of me because I had what's it called? A stress blister. That's it. It's the same thing. But I don't care. I was born with it. So I'm not even trippy. It's not like I did something sketchy. Yeah, that's messed up, eh? I'll try it again after the stream. Because I'm going to have to dip right now. The thing that I was tripping about a little bit ago, Marilena texted me and I have to go sooner than I thought. I have to dip out at 3 o'clock. Literally in like 5 minutes. So I won't slow down things by trying it right now, but I'll try it after the stream. I was going to do it the other day anyway. We are at 11:51. 11:51. I had crabs in my bum from a toilet seat in Mexico, so itchy and painful. Oh my gosh, bro. Ooh. Dang it. Oh, that's terrible, dude. Oh, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. Your Will Smith vid is the only link between you and my non-MMA homies. More of that type of content would hit. IMO Richard Baker. Richard Baker, the problem with that type of content, I really appreciate you saying that. The only problem with that type of content is it is so hard to make that type of content without YouTube slamming you with community guideline stuff. Because YouTube views that as a real fight and they view it as like being too graphic or like gratuitous or whatever. And there's even stuff in the community guideline section. It literally highlights and talks about the fact that if you're going to be covering fights, that it has to be like regulated kind of thing with the referee in there and like all this. And if you just do something that just looks like it was something on the street or someone just came up and slapped somebody, you could easily have it taken down, get age restricted, demonetized, all that. But I would love to do that. I would love to do that. Because I know obviously, there's millions more people that know Will Smith than people who know Joshua Van. You know what I'm saying? It would be so much better for me and for the channel if I could make videos about like famous people or like big, because even if it's not famous people, I could understand how your homies would just watch a video that just seemed like generic. Like it's just an incident that happened between two people as opposed to a MMA UFC fight. Because it's easier for people to be like, I don't care about UFC. It's not real fighting. They do these kind of moves and they don't even allow this and that. It's fake. But if it's like some fools getting down at like, Denny's or whatever, then it's like, oh snap! I could actually see that happening in real life. I could have been at that Denny's, so it's different. Oh snap! You're right, Tomas. I allegedly stabbed Flaco, but I'd like to try it again, Richard. I'd like to try it. Knowing that the WWF did an event on a Navy ship once makes a White House event seem like gimmick plagiarism. Well, they just got to keep it going. It just can't be a one and done. Then it'll just be like, oh, that's just their thing now. They have one at the White House. I mean, I get that. I get what you're saying. But it's like, well, the only way I could think they could avoid that is like, don't stop there because it's going to look like a one and done, like you were just trying to replicate something. Fight at the White House. Then after that, fight at the Statue of Liberty. After that, fight on top of the Empire State Building. After that, you got to fight in the Grand Canyon. After that, you got to fight like by some kind of volcano. After that, you got to go fight in the snow somewhere. You just got to keep mixing it up, man. ARJR with 5 more memberships. He says, I cannot, will not let this not end in 0. And therefore, we are at 1156. At least it's an even number. And ARJR said, 4 more, just 4 more. Well, I actually have less than 2 minutes. And I got to sign out. No pressure. There's a chance that I come back this evening, but I'm torn right now. I don't know what to do. You know what? Let's ask the people in here. You guys phone a friend right now. There's 2 options I'm going to have when I come back. I got to go do something. And then when I come back, I'm either going to... When I come back in, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is, I'm either going to do these 2 things. I'm either going to write, shoot, and start editing a new sit-down MMA video, or I'm going to come back and stream. That's all there is to it. It's been a few days since I've done a sit-down MMA video, and honestly, I'm getting a little bit nervous because the whole point of that channel was supposed to be consistent and to make the algorithm fall in love with me. And to do everything the way that I was supposed to from the beginning. And to be honest, I don't know if I have enough time to do all that today. I might just get as far as writing and maybe shooting, but I'd have to do a bunch of editing tomorrow. And hopefully it'd go live tomorrow, maybe Thursday. Or I'm just going to come back and stream. I'm not sure. I want you guys to tell me what you think I should do. So the vast minority of the chat has voted. I don't know why you lurkers can't push one button. I don't understand it. I don't want to call you lazy, but I can't call you not lazy. We have 13 votes with 70 people watching. We have 68 people who are indifferent right now. And I don't know if that math adds up. It is kind of encouraging how many people seem to like Sit Down MMA and want me to make a new video. But I'm a little offended that people don't want me to come back and stream. I'll be honest. I'm a little offended. I selfishly picked stream and now I feel bad. No, I actually was kind of hoping that people would vote stream because I feel like I should make a Sit Down MMA video, but honestly, I just want to come back and stream. I feel like lazy today. I feel funky. I kind of didn't want to come back and work and be too serious. I just wanted to come back and stream, but we'll see. It's okay, Marloca. I get it. You do enough already. But I do understand the people saying to work on the dojo because you know the goals I have and you know what's a good idea. Both fighters have to navigate their way through the Grand Canyon to get to the octagon. Once they find it, can the match, only once they find it, can it truly begin? And that's when they have to get past all the giants' bones and everything too. That's crazy. I do want both, but I love the streams. Orale. Never ask the question if you don't want to know the answer. Bro, I learned that the hard way. Get your work in. Future Jesse will thank you. You're right. However, stream won. So, have I been validated? I think I know what I should do. I think you guys are enabling me. I have a lot of soul searching to do right now. You guys be safe out there. You have a good day. You do both. I'll try. I don't know how much I could get away with. I'll try. You guys be safe out there. You have a good rest of your day. You might see me. But if you don't, that means I'm working very hard for you on the Sit Down MMA channel. If you haven't seen all those videos, please watch them. There's only like 5 and they're super short. I'd appreciate the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for making it fun. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Thank you for watching Mexican Martial Arts.